Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions video on these new PAC Masterstroke brushes, and as you can see, the packaging looks really fancy. It comes in this huge black cardboard packaging. As you can see, these brushes look like a toothbrush. Like, these are not your regular makeup brushes. These look exactly similar to the Artis brushes. I think these could qualify as a dupe for the Artis brushes, and the Artis brushes are really expensive. Like, a single brush could cost you about 6,000 to 7,000 bucks easily. So I think I would never want to spend so much on a single makeup brush. So when I got these brushes from PAC Cosmetics, I got really excited because I really wanted to try them out. And these brushes by PAC Cosmetics are not that expensive. So the biggest one I've got here, it comes for rupees 985, so it's less than 1,000 bucks. As you can see, the brush comes packaged in this huge black carton box, which has like a transparent film in the center, and you can see what lies inside. So this brush I've got here is in number 03, and it looks like that inside. Like, it is nicely fitted inside the packaging. So let's take a quick look at the brush, and oh my god, this brush looks so fancy. I've always wanted to get one of these brushes. The handle of the brush here is made out of plastic, and therefore it is quite flexible. As you can see, it moves back when I press on it. Coming to the bristles, let's see how it feels, and oh my god, this feels so soft. It's really soft, guys, and it's so densely packed. Like, look at that, it's really tightly packed in there. So when I'm touching it, it actually feels like sponge on my hand. I think it's going to be a very good brush for foundation, so I'm going to try that out with foundation in a bit for you guys. So the next brush I've got is in 04, and this is probably half the size of my 03 brush. Yeah, it's half the size. All of these brushes have the same bristles, so even this one is really soft and very densely packed. I'm guessing the size of this would be perfect for using under my eyes and all the other parts of my face for blending out my concealer. The next one, I've got the smallest brush, and this one is called the 05 brush, and this one is really tiny, and it's kind of narrow and long. So I think I would try this brush out for applying my contour, because looking at the size and shape, I think it would fit the hollows of my cheeks perfectly. And I would also really like to try this on the sides of my nose to contour my nose. So now it's time for the demo of these brushes, and I'm also going to be washing these brushes after the demo, because sometimes, you know, the brushes feel really good and high quality when you first see them, but after you wash them, that's when you get to know if these are really high quality, because once some brushes come in contact with water and soap, they tend to shed, and you know, they tend to lose their shape. So I'm gonna test it out for you guys on camera. So if you're interested to see all of that, then keep on watching. Alright, so I just dotted my foundation all over my face, and now I'm going to go in with the 03 brush and blend out the foundation. Wow, this brush feels extremely soft on the skin. Like, it feels like I'm rubbing a sponge against my skin because it's so dense and it's so soft. And in spite of being quite big in size, it's actually fitting into the corners of my face really well. Like, it's just blending the product really well along the sides of my nose, and it's also fitting inside the corners of my eyes really well. And as you can see, it is really blending out my foundation so well. I think it's because it's really dense. It's not leaving any sort of brush strokes on my face. Even when I'm just going in sweeping motions like this, I don't really feel the need to buff the foundation in, because it's just blending the foundation very evenly. When you're using your other regular brushes, which you normally tend to hold like a pen, like, you're using much more effort and much more pressure while using those brushes. But since you're holding this brush like this, it's just very easy, and the application is kind of very effortless. Wow, I must say, with this brush, little product goes a very long way, because this brush did not soak up even one bit of the product. Like, it deposited each and every bit of the product on my face, and yeah, it just did a great job. I think I can totally see this becoming my holy grail foundation brush. Absolutely love this one. So next I'm going to blend out my concealer using the PAC 04 brush. When I'm using my other brushes or makeup sponges, this much of concealer seems to be just about enough for my face. But now with this brush, I feel like I've applied way too much concealer, because this brush definitely makes a little bit of product go a really long way. And I think it's blended in the concealer really well. But just for my under eye, I would still prefer to go with my beauty blender, because sponges just pat the product into the skin and they just make the product stay wherever you apply them. But with these brushes, you have to go in sweeping motions, so you kind of end up moving the product around. So I feel that way it cannot give you a full coverage effect, especially underneath my eyes. However, on my forehead, nose, chin, etc., it has done a very good job. I actually really like how the concealer looks, because I really can't see where the concealer starts and where it ends, because it's really well blended into my foundation. So now I'm going to try to use the same brush to add some powder on top of my concealer. And then I'm just going to pat the product into my skin like that. And then slightly blend the product away. I think it's because this brush is really dense. It kind of tends to trap the product within the bristles, so the product does not come out too well. So I think these brushes do not do a great job in applying powder, but you could totally use them for cream or liquid products. So next I'm going to go ahead and test out the 05 brush. Now we're going to go along the sides of my forehead as well. Now it's time to blend out the product, but I think this brush is too tiny to actually blend out my contour. But I'm going to try anyways. Okay, so I think it does a great job in depositing the contour, but it's really too tiny to blend it out. So I'm going to take the previous brush, this is the 04 brush, and just blend out the product slightly. So next I'm going to go ahead and try to contour my nose using this brush, because I think the size would be perfect for my nose. And I'm just going to run the brush along the sides of my nose like this. Just blending that line out. I think I would stick to using this as a nose contour brush, or just for depositing color underneath my cheekbones. And for blending, I don't think it does too well, because it's just too tiny to blend out the product. Alright, so next I'm just taking my blush, and I'm going to use the 04 brush. So I'm just going to add that to the apples of my cheeks. Brush that upwards. I think it's doing a pretty good job in applying my blush, because I love how it's spreading out the blush and not making it look patchy or anything like that. So I just went ahead and washed the brushes, and this is what it looks like after washing them. And luckily neither of these two brushes shedded while washing it, and I did not lose a single piece of hair, so that was quite impressive. But I definitely cannot pass a judgment by just washing it once. I need to wash it about 3 to 4 times to actually see if these are still intact. But don't worry about it, I will try to update on how these brushes are faring after a couple of washes on my blog. And because of the shape of these brushes, it makes it very convenient to dry them upside down, which is ideally how brushes should be dried. But just make sure to keep a heavy object on top of the base of the brushes so that they do not fall off the shelf. If you found this video helpful in any way, then don't forget to click on that like button, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can click on this link right here and subscribe to my channel right now, so that you do not miss any more videos from me. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye!